Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It is 5:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, September 10th, 2021. We're here to talk about storage. Let's take a look at the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. The video is educational. Click subscribe, click bell. Do both. Why? Because then you'll get notified of these videos. Click the thumbs up and share the video. Click the thumbs up and share the video. Why? Because we want people to be aware of storage. This doesn't get enough viewership and enough street cred as a Web 3.0 crypto. And it is clearly Web 3.0. It's categorized as 3.0 on the Messari site. I suggest everyone click the thumbs up, share the video. Intraday updates are in the Twitter link below if you want to hear me tweet. Okay, let's get straight into storage. Storage US dollars. Well, let's just reflect on one moment because we've talked about this ad nauseum. Number one, the storage US dollar is equal to a couple of major underlying components that drive its price action. Number one is the inner strength. What's the inner strength? The inner strength is the trueness, the true health of storage by itself. Think of it as a company and how well it performs. Storage US dollar by itself doesn't mean anything. It means something when you're comparing storage to a reserve currency that is in its domain, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a reserve currency of the crypto market, bar none, hands down, end of story. And then we multiply this inner strength by the benchmark. So there you got. You multiply these two, you do the same down here. If you took mathematics and third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, I don't know when they taught you fractions and stuff like that, but look at the bottom. It all makes sense. Let's go to storage US dollars. We are definitely still over this right now support. Once was resistance back here. So we have to see how this plays out. Now, I'm not exactly clear about which way it will go because it's got resistance up here now, which was one support. Now resistance, the solid orange line that I am rubbing right here. And then you have support, which is this lower, long horizontal line of support. And we are smack in the middle of both those lines. Well, let's take a pulse. We need to find out which way this thing goes. Well, we can find out by looking at two things. This is one of them, the storage Bitcoin pair, inner strength. Okay, well, we kind of broke the triangle. We were supposed to go up. Well, we're still over the trend line. And the trend line by itself, without this line even here, would tell me that we are still on an upward trend. Nothing's changed since mid-June. I mean, this has been going on for months now. So I am still very bullish on storage Bitcoin. And let's go into Bitcoin itself and see which direction we think it's going to go. Now we're at 44,895 right now. We're kind of on the bottom end here. It looks to me like we're going to be through this. We might, let's see how this pans out. But right now I have a feeling we're going to bounce. We're going to create a range. It might not be up here. It could be down here. We could go down to 42. But right now, we're going to get a range. It could be this narrow range, or we could be down here somewhere in that range. I mean, we're going to have to see how this pans out. Right now, the support is here. If it comes down here, that might be our new bleeding bottom. Now, we've seen this price action happen before. Where did we see it? We saw it back in May when Bitcoin took took a bath, for lack of a better word. So, you could see right back here, if I take a look at where we were in May, we dropped dramatically, then we picked up, and we kind of dropped a little bit, then we dropped again dramatically. Look, we were dropping deuces all over the place, but then we kind of pulled out. So now we're over here doing the same kind of thing, albeit at a tighter range, potentially bigger range down to here. But right now, what we've seen down here was all the way, we had a 40,000 to 30,000 difference, and that was a 10,000 point spread. Now, what are we talking here in terms of spread? The spread between this line, 47,000, to 44,000. It could be 47,000 if it drops all the way down to here to 43,000. We're gonna have to watch this thing, but I don't personally think it's gonna go below 43, 42 and change. I think we're gonna be. I'm hoping we stay within this range for a few days, and then we know we're definitely range bound in that narrow band. Now let's go over to the Bitcoin pair. The Bitcoin dominance chart, and what we're looking at here is a continued channel downward, which should really help out this should help out the altcoin market, because as the dominance goes down, it just means that the proportion of the altcoin market is getting bigger in relation to Bitcoin. Now it doesn't mean that altcoins are going to go up. And of course, you have to worry about which altcoins are we talking about, because some will outperform others, but that's natural. But again, this definitely helps understand a little more details in terms of the strength of the altcoin market. Now, if we look over here, storage US dollars over $1.38. We could continue oscillating here. If we get some, I think we're going to continue to be very bullish on the storage Bitcoin pair. We may see a little trip up with Bitcoin. It's hard to say, but I think we're still at 44,775. I'm still very, very bullish. I still have an end of year projection, as we've already seen. Look, this is not our first rodeo. We've been down this road before. I mean, we came from here all the way down to here, and storage, wasn't exactly singing and dancing either. I mean, we've been down to here, so we've been down to the 70s. So we're still in $1.40, $1.39. But still very bullish here on all fronts. We just have to see on Bitcoin what we consider the next round of support. We did have a bounce here down at the 43,000 range, so we'll see where that pans out. Anyway, have a good weekend, everyone.